I send my greetings to each one and every person, no matter where you are, especially within the African continent. My name is John Egbeazian Oshodi. As you know, periodically I uh, address issues that are pertinent to our challenges and our growth. So here we go. Let's start. I'm going to be talking specifically about behavioral leadership. Um, we now live in the world of social media. So whatever happens across the world, within a few seconds, everybody's aware of it. As long as you have that cell phone in your hand, that internet connected cell phone in your hand. Um, just some hours ago, something happened in the United States. Let me share that information with you. I believe it is important we look at this issue. Well, this basically is about uh, the current governor of New York, one of the largest states uh, in America. I think he is in his third term, I believe. What happened is that some of his female employees, especially, um, had accused him of uh, different forms of sexual abuse. This has been going on in the last about few months or few weeks. He strongly came out and denied it, but with more physical evidence coming out, and there are two major parties in the United States, the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. He belongs to the Democrat Party. So with huge political pressure asking him to resign, he resisted, but he knew there was a possibility of impeachment, and he did not want to go to that shame and cost to the state. So he decided a few hours ago to tell the world he's going to be resigning. Um, this is him talking. I don't know if you will hear him. Uh, Let me see if I can see if we can hear him. If not, that is not really my focus.
Governor, marriage equality, minimum wage, what was it, family leave.
Well, they won't. You have journalists are always talking. They will not let him. They will not let us hear what he's saying. Um, Basically, why I'm discussing this issue is that there are lessons to be learned from this very matter, especially when it comes to leadership in Africa, Nigeria especially. We decided in 1999 to almost photocopy the Constitution of the United States. Uh, we did that in theory, but in practice, we don't really have a democratic oriented constitution in Nigeria. It was something that the military, with a group of persons, put together, and at the end, to me, is basically a flawed document that is tribalistic, uh, ethically, and, and ethnically and regionally one-sided. So that's why I said it's just if it's a document that is not practically about democracy. But that being said, we did copy supposedly the Constitution, and there are some things there that we use from time to time. And one aspect is that there are three aspects of government. You have the judiciary, you have the uh, executive, and you have the legislature. Now, this man is in the executive arm of government in New York or in the United States. Mere allegation on ethical ground, he decided to leave power. He could have stayed, but at least he has a sense of understanding that the government would not run functionally, efficiently if he continues to cause problems. He understands that. Two, he understands that power is given and it's not absolute. Within the context of Nigeria, for example, the president at various occasions will refuse to obey the court order. The governors at various points would refuse to obey court order. Not even talk about the people. The government is supposed to respond to the wishes and needs of the people. The government is supposed to be afraid of the people, but it's the reverse in Africa. The people are subservient, the people are afraid, the people are in shock, the people are scared, and the government, for the most part, in many of these African countries, under the so-called democracy, to be honest, they are all dictatorial, and they can care less about issues of human rights, respect for somebody else's body or space, such as sexual harassment. So, where am I going with this? The lesson to be learned here are three things. That once you realize you've made a mistake as a leader, don't be defensive. Don't try to emotionalize it. Don't try to bribe anybody. Don't try to ignore it. Don't try to find a way to stay in power at the expense of your own people in a particular local government or state or even at the federal level. There are times when you have to say, you know what? Publicly, I made a mistake. Number two, a lesson to be learned here is that we have to respect the people's wishes. They did a poll, and the people said, no, you cannot continue as a governor. You are currently ethically and legally challenged. And he agreed with them. And number three, what needs to be learned here by the Nigerian leadership, especially, is that sentiments will not bring democracy. You make a mistake as a police chief, you make a mistake as a governor, you make a mistake as a president, instead of resigning with dignity, you want to stay in power by force, but by all means. You have a case in court, you've been arrested, pending cases before the law enforcement, yet the people are pressured, the people are psychologically conditioned to still see you as a viable leader, when in fact, behaviorally, ethically, that same person with all those issues is basically a hopeless, helpless, and hapless person in leadership. He's just there for himself and not for the society. So we need to learn from these things. So I hope that please spread this video. As a matter of fact, if you go to TE, if you go to TEU, that university, that's my website, my proposed school of ethics. Go to quick links. Under quick links, you will see what they call TERI, I think TERRI, TERI resources. Click that link. Universities, higher institutions, our professors, our lecturers are sexually harassing, assaulting our students. There's a policy there that a university can buy. That policy can become a part of the student services, and it can be used for orientation for both students and for faculty. So please, if you are listening to this video, send this to any university you know, and let them basically take use of it. So let's listen to Cuomo.
And let government get back to governing. And therefore, that's what I'll do. Because I work for you. And doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you. Because as we say, it's not about me. It's about we. Kathy Hochul, my lieutenant governor, is smart and competent. This transition must be seamless. We have a lot going on. I'm very worried about the Delta variant, and so should you be. But she can come up to speed quickly, and my resignation will be effective in 14 days.
An amusement park is like whooping cough. It's not just
so there we go. There we go.
Let's bring in epidemiologist
with
Director of Infection Prevention for
what is happening in terms of behavioral leadership. So I hope we all learn from this. And in Africa, especially in Nigeria, we keep talking about the leadership is bad. Leadership is bad. But on a psychological level, on a cultural level, on a family level, on a regional level, on an educational level, these people in leadership attended the same school. Like majority of the people who are saying these guys are bad, these men and women are bad, they come from the same family. You see them in church. You see them in the mosque. So it's not about the person who is in leadership. It's about the cultural roots of the person who's in leadership. Because it has become cyclical that once that person leaves power, the next person comes, you still see the same ethical disease that affected that person affecting the new person. So what does that mean? It means it's not about the individual. It's about the group culture. It's about the regional culture. It's about the educational culture of the country. So don't tell me, oh, the leaders are bad. But the leaders are basically one of you. Maybe you are 9 years old today. Maybe you are 15 years old today. Maybe you are 25 years old today. Except we start looking at our brain and our emotions and change it into something a little bit different from what we are used to, what I call Nigeriatitis, a chronic, endemic, psychological, social, economic, political disorder that is affecting the country through the people we put there. And who are the people? The same people from the same environment. So the schools must start changing the cultural and ethical thinking patterns of our students, because those are the ones that will become 18, 19, 20 years old and get into leadership. So it is not easy, but we can do it. So everyone be safe. We will get there. My name is John Egbazonoshodi.